Hello, welcome to your new moon tarot readings for September 2016. Thank you for stopping by. New moons are the best time to plant the seeds to co-create your life, and you are going to tend to these seeds, nurture them, water them, help them grow, and they will culminate into full moons 6 months from now, roughly 6 months from now. So my readings are about planting the seeds for this new moon activation point. Keep in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate with you. For personal readings, please check out the description box below for more information. I am offering Name Your Price Star Tarot readings until the end of 2016. Also listed below are timestamps if you would like to skip insights on the new moon transits. I have prayed to God, to angels, to my ancestors, to spirit guides, to deliver clear, loving messages for the highest good of all. So let's get into it. Because this is very Virgo-centric, it's worth mentioning that Mercury is in retrograde and Mercury is in Virgo, and Virgo is very mercurial. Mercury is about information, communication. When Mercury is in retrograde, we can experience delays in email or technology breakdowns or misunderstandings, jumbled up information. What I got from these readings was being overly involved in details. So there's this information overload that a lot of the signs are experiencing. And most of the messages I've been getting are just to simplify this information. So we are going to have to make a lot of edits this new moon cycle to weed out the information that is unnecessary and distracting us from the big picture. But these are the times you have to embrace Mercury in retrograde. Everyone hates Mercury in retrograde because, you know, things are frustrating, calls don't go through, computers break down, and, you know, it's frustrating because we want to just get things done. But I think there's a purpose. I think to embrace Mercury in retrograde is to look at these breakdowns and look at them as happy accidents. So maybe you're communicating with someone via email and things get heated or something, and you you know, write this long reply. Oh, what would be even better is comments, because a lot of people fight in like social media comments. So let's use this as an example. You're having a fight on Facebook about some sort of political thing. And for whatever reason, this big long comment that you had that, you know, brought light to the political system and how this country is run, and you spent, you know, 30 minutes typing this dissertation on your opinion, only to have your server shut down and you weren't able to deliver that message. So this can be really frustrating. This is the effects of Mercury in retrograde. But I think during these times, it helps us, like, that message wasn't meant to go through, so it helps us stop, slow down, and think of better ways to get our message across, to figure out better ways to use technology. So it's just a time to embrace Mercury in retrograde is to embrace the delays as times to perfect systems. And because this is in Virgo, and because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, I think what we can learn from Virgo in this Mercury in retrograde, in this Sun in Virgo, in this Moon in Virgo, is to step back from our like hypercriticism, which is also Virgo, but step back from the situation and reevaluate how we go about things. So don't get frustrated with Mercury in retrograde. I mean, it is frustrating, but one way to curb that frustration is to embrace it for the opportunity to make it better. In my readings, it seems like air signs are going to handle the Mercury in retrograde better than others this month. They're very cerebral signs. They think a lot about abstract thought, and they're very communicative. So that is my Mercury in retrograde. Another planetary influence that has been activated during this new moon is the Pisces-Saturn square. And mutable signs are going to struggle with these energies. I'm sorry. Mercury in retrograde, the air signs are Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And those are the signs that are going to handle Mercury in retrograde the best. But for the Pisces-Saturn square, mutable signs, which are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, they're going to struggle with Pisces and Saturn square the most. And what this square is doing is it's challenging our fact versus fiction. You have cold hard facts, hypercriticism, this is Saturn, overanalyzing, information overload, skepticism, and stubborn, fixated on stubborn data. And that's Saturn. Saturn is the hard lesson planet. And mixed with Mercury in retrograde and this information overload, too detail-oriented type of energy, some of you might be feeling this very strongly. For others, it's the cold hard facts versus delusion, living in a fantasy, over-imagination, detached from reality. So that's going to be on the Pisces end. It's going to be more dreamy. It's going to be more detached from reality, not living, not seeing what's really there, like believable lies. So I think this Pisces-Saturn square is how we can use this, it's going to cause a lot of fights. It's going to cause a lot of fights, in the workplace. It's going to cause a lot of fights in families, in multi-generational situations. And I feel like it's going to be, a lot over what we usually fight about with different generations, which is religion and politics. And if you live in the U.S., since we're in an election cycle, things get more heated and divisive. So this Pisces-Saturn square is going to challenge all of us to piece together what is real and see what areas we need to suspend our disbelief and kind of be more idealistic about, because sometimes when we are too fixated on data, we're not seeing the big picture, like the Mercury in retrograde situation. And I think how we can use it to our advantage is to articulate our manifestations. So this is going to help us weed out unnecessary expectations that Saturn has, but it's also going to get us more realistic with our dreams, like Pisces experiences. So we're going to articulate what we want in life based on this push and pull of facts and fantasy. Another planetary influence, the last one, is the there's Mars in Sagittarius and Saturn in Sagittarius. And during my tarot readings, all of the animal cards, except for Leo, the lion, got the devil. Excuse me. Aries is the ram, Taurus is the bull, Sagittarius is the horse, Capricorn is the goat. Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Capricorn all got the devil. Don't be scared of the devil. It means a lot of different things. But in this, planetary dance for this month, and it meant different things in different readings too, but the energy of the month, if you're dealing with this Mars in Sagittarius, Saturn in Sagittarius, is, think about the devil, like the actual devil, Lucifer. He's a fallen angel who's stuck on earth. So I think the energy we're dealing with is in regards to our animal urges, to, sex and lust, or ego drama and us lashing out. So there might be some temptations. There might be some, temptations to, screw things we shouldn't. Or there might be some temptations to pick fights that will not bring about any resolutions. They're just fights to win. They're just fights to dominate. So I think those mammal signs, Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and also fire signs, even though the Leo did not have devil, Leo is a fire sign, and I feel like they are still involved in this story. So just be aware of your instincts and try to rise above. Try to be like an angel. I mean, not you don't have to be a saint or anything. Just try to rise above temptations that are going to keep you stuck on earth and not elevating to a higher place. So that is the planetary insights that I got for my tarot readings. For the planetary insights I got before my tarot readings, it is included in the description box below. Also, the decks I used, and plenty of other information. So now on to your tarot readings. Hello, Gemini. So what I'm getting from your reading is that there is a free-for-all right now where everyone is running wild. I see 4 horses and a unicorn, and the chariot is this man pulling 2 different horses, and they're 2 different horses going in 2 different directions. So the chariot is about control, but it's reversed right now, so it means you are feeling out of control. You're feeling out of control in this free-for-all environment where everyone's running wild, and it's probably in the workplace or in the family, or both if you have a family business. If it is in the workplace, it will most likely be from a different generation. So you've taken on this position and of taking the lead, of taking control, much like the chariot. And Geminis are very much like this. They're great leaders, and they just they see an opportunity to lead and they take it, and they're not afraid of being in charge. But you've taken on too much, and you find yourself in these positions because you go into situations with an attitude like, you're too slow and can't do it as good as I do, so I'm just going to do it myself. And then you come to a spot where you're like, oh crap, what have I done? I have too much. I can't do all of this. How am I going to get all of this done? And then you feel very overwhelmed and exhausted, and your projects turn cattywampus, and everyone is going in different directions, and it's chaos. And you may have taken on all of these projects, and there might be a problem where you're being too generous as well. Geminis can be very generous, but sometimes they can be too generous where they'll fill someone's tank up with gas and then break down on the side of the road because they didn't take care of their own gas. So, and then they, might hang it over someone else's. Well, if that person didn't need gas. So sometimes their generosity gets them into situations like that. So that could have easily happened as well. And being generous is great, and it's a great quality of Geminis. But this is the darker side of that generosity. But with all this chaos recently, something happened where it's like, oh God, not again. This happens all the time. So something clicked over that made you think, I don't have to take all this on. I do this all the time. It's time to make a change. So you ride this dragon away from the horse shit. And you're moving into a direction that's equal give and take, whatever that is. It's a new frontier, new adventure. And you stop saying, I got it, to things that you can't do and shouldn't do, and that others are perfectly capable of doing themselves, even if they can't get it done as fast as you would like. It's not your problem. You don't have to worry about it. So you're moving into that. And I couldn't figure out what this Page of Cups meant in this reading, but when I looked at it, I thought of that scene in The Wizard of Oz where Dorothy goes to the fortune teller and he takes advantage of her gullibility by stealing her picture of Annie M. And Geminis can be this way. Geminis can be very gullible. And so I feel like when you move into this new direction, when you move into this new frontier, this new adventure, you're going to be really gung-ho and really excited about it, and there's going to be a lot of passion and drive to do this. And Geminis can be very like, whoo, lots of energy. But you're moving into this direction, and you might get into a fight or a disagreement, some conflict where someone, this is most likely a Leo or a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, but I'm going to say Leo because the strength card is here with the lion. And this is going to be most likely someone from a different generation or someone in your family. So you're going to get into this fight with them, and it's like they're going, like the fortune teller in Wizard of Oz, they're going to predict some sort of outcome of this new adventure by manipulating information that they have about you already. And it's fire, it's temper, so tempers are going to flare. And this exchange is going, it might steal your thunder, and you might stop talking to each other. There's going to be a disunion, and you guys are not going to see eye to eye. And Gemini is going to be looking for progress, looking for new ways to do things, and Leo is going to be by the book and saying stuff like, well, this is how we do things, this is how it's always going to be done. And it's going to burst your bubble, and they may even bring up like a lack of experience, and there may be some sort of power trip element. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for it, and when it comes, be strong, because the influence of this fiery person, because it's someone that you care for, and that's a part of your team, and that you respect, and that you love, be strong, or the influence of this fiery person may put you at risk for these new projects to fail. And new things you want to do will never be brought to life, new ideas will never be realized, and they'll just be ideas with no action to them. And this might be a hard test for you. I drew Saturn, which is the hard lessons planet. And so this is someone close to you and someone that you love, but you are going to have to stand firm on your path to gain this reciprocity in your projects you involve yourself with. So I hope that was helpful, Gemini. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment below. Again, if you would like to schedule a personal reading, I am offering name your price readings. So please follow the instructions in the description box below. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. See you next new moon.